Alright guys, so I wanted to just take you back to a time in my life when I was just out of a relationship, and it was a pretty painful one. And I really hadn't got much going on in the UK, and I didn't know what to do for work. I didn't want to do what I was doing, and I was like pretty unhappy. But I tossed around a few ideas, and whilst I'd only been back from travelling Australia a little while, I'd spent nearly 2 years over there with my girlfriend at the time, and being back in the UK was pretty crap anyway. But I'd split up from my girlfriend, from my long-term girlfriend, and it was pretty raw split, and I wasn't very happy. So when I was away, I'd learned to dive, scuba dive, and it just came over me that I wanted to teach scuba diving. So I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna follow the dream. So I ended up getting on the phone on the same day. I ended up making a phone call to a company in New Zealand, in a place called Kaikoura, and I literally just sort of went onto the internet. And then back then it was like dial-up internet, and this guy had got this course where he was doing like marine biology, marine mammal encounters, and to become a dive instructor, and it was like £4,000. So, and then back then that was quite a lot. That was quite a lot of money. It's like 16 years ago. I mean, it's a lot of money now. But anyway, I ended up, because my dad lives in New Zealand, I ended up booking a flight and going out, booking myself onto this course. I didn't know anyone, but it was the first time ever really that I'd gone anywhere and done anything on my own, like properly. And I think like 22 maybe. And I got out, I remember getting out to New Zealand, meeting my dad and everything, and that sense of adventure, getting out of the UK, not doing living the life or living the job that I wanted to live here. I went out, immersed myself from being an open water diver, which is like the entry qualification, to being a diving instructor. It took me about a year, and there's been better times since, but up until that time in my life, until I was about 25 when I finished, I'd never had a better time in my life. It was the best time in my life. I was living in I remember pulling up in the train and getting off the train, and there were dolphins out in the water. For anyone who doesn't know where Kaikoura is, it's a sleepy little village on the east coast of New Zealand, on the South Island, and it was a beautiful place. And I ended up, I'd never done very well in school, like really badly. Hated school, never got any qualifications, so I'd never been qualified in anything. And I had this deep sense of like I didn't value because of what you're supposed to do. Like lots of people, I wasn't even allowed back in sixth form because they didn't want me there. And I'm really bad at school for several reasons, but I remember passing my diving instructors, and it was so cold because you have a theory, you have presentations, so a theory exam, and then obviously you've got the physical exam where you do the underwater stuff, where you teach a class and do skills under the water and stuff like this. And you do rescue scenarios, and I mean it's quite involved. And I remember doing it in the winter in Dunedin, which is the south. You can't get really much more south in New Zealand. And I remember not being able to walk properly when I got out of the water because my feet were so numb. I couldn't walk. I couldn't use my hands to be able to do my emergency procedure very well, but I got through it. And I remember that sense of self-worth when it finally I finally got my qualification, and I was a qualified diving instructor. And then I ended up working out there, and I was working as a diving instructor, living the dream, taking people SEAL swimming and teaching courses, and it was a dream come true. And it all came crashing down in the end, but due to visas and immigration and stuff like that. But you know, really the moral of this is that I had the best time of my life. Like it was so much better than being in the UK, going and doing, and I didn't get paid much money, but it made no difference. It was the best ever thing. And the people I met, I recently reconnected with someone who was a big part of my life out there, and I've been like reminiscing and looking back, and those experiences really do have such an impact on your life, and they make you all these things make you into the person you are now. And you just got to go out there and do shit. I mean, that's not changed for me. I'm planning stuff now, more stuff that is probably even more hardcore than that. Not that that's really hardcore, but it's just a case of following your dreams and doing these things. You know, why not? Why not? Get the fuck out. Go and do some crazy shit. Especially when you're young. It's the best thing you can do. The best thing by far. Go and do it, man. Whatever that thing is. You want to go and trek in Nepal, or you want to go and climb Everest, whatever it might be, man. Like, want to learn to be a diving instructor or a snowboarding instructor and work 2-3 seasons in the mountains, you know, like, there's so many things that we can do and we can mess around with. And then, you know, years later I came back and opened a business, and it's been hugely successful. It's never too late to do this stuff. But fuck, I'm 44, and I look back at that and think, that was a different lifetime ago. But I look back at it fondly, and now I look at my life now and I think, I'm just getting fucking started. Like, I'm looking at shit now and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna do that, you know, like in a few years' time I'll be, and I'm like, you know, back then when I think about being 44, I'm like, life's gonna be fucking over. But now I'm like, no way. There's so much shit I wanna do. Don't let it pass you by. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to go out there and do these things. Take it by the horns, man. Go do it. Love, guys.